Hello Lions fans, and welcome inside the Molloy College Athletics Department for our third and final installment of the 2013-14 Winter Sports Season Previews. My name is Jack Zola, Director of Athletic Communications here at Molloy, and we are joined today by head track and field coaches Keely, Coco, and Danny Naud. Keely, thanks for joining me. Danny, appreciate you taking the time out. So coaches, with the indoor season starting in just 2 weeks, I wanted to get an outlook on how you see the season going and who are some student athletes that fans can keep an eye on. I know, unlike cross country, certain coaches are in charge of individual events in track and field, regardless of the student athlete's gender. So Danny and Keely, can you please give me a quick rundown of what events you two kind of concentrate on?
I do the field events, which include pole vault, long jump, triple jump, and high jump. And basically I pole vaulted in college, so that's kind of how we ventured to that. I used to do the sprinting as well, but now we were blessed with having a lot more coaches, so we could kind of divide it up. Danny, if you want to speak on what you do.
Well, I specialize in the sprints. That's what I did here at Molloy.
Right.
I'm an alumni of Molloy. This is where I live. And I do the sprints, and I also specialize in the hurdles. So I train the guys and girls in the 400, 200, 100, and the hurdles.
Oh, great. Okay. And speaking of two other Molloy track and field alumni, you have three assistant coaches, two of those alumni, Nick Di Benedetto and Matt Badamo, and then Jim Seifert. So could you please speak about what they kind of specialize in?
Sure. Nick Di Benedetto does the longer distance, 3,000, 5,000 group. He, I think, has the record for those two. We're one of them, but he was our alumni for that event, and he was very good at what he did. And he graduated last year. Matt Badamo has the record for the mile, and so he does the 800-mile group. And yeah, we were lucky to have them come back and help us with those areas of expertise, because that used to be the old coach kind of thing. So it was nice.
And Jim? And
Jim is the throw coach, and so he does all throws, hammer, shot put, discus, and javelin. And so he works with just that group of guys and gals, and he comes with a great resume. He actually is a world record holder, so his accolades are awesome, and we were lucky to have him as well.
Awesome. All right, well first let's do a recap of last year. At the ECC Championships, the women's team placed third out of 7 teams. What do you guys think the team is going to do this year, and how do you think they can improve on their finish last year, which was in the top tier of the ECC?
I think our team has great potential to do better next year. We have just the sheer fact that we have more numbers this year, that we can put them in more events, that we can get more points that way. Also, we have a lot of the women are in events that we never had been able to put them in, so we can gain points that way. I don't want to jinx ourselves and say we're going to do a lot better, but I'm really hoping that points-wise we're going to do better, and place-wise I really hope we do better as well.
Great. And let's switch sides and discuss the men's team for a moment. The men's team won the indoor track and field ECC championship last year, which is, of course, a tremendous achievement. What can we expect from them this year, and what do they need to do to repeat?
We should expect to win again. I firmly believe that we have one of the better teams in the conference. What we need to do is just pay attention to detail, work harder than everybody else in the conference. We might not be the most talented team, but the most hardest working team in the conference.
Great. All right, so then let's speak about those some of the student athletes on your teams. Danny, let's start with you first. Give me a few student athletes that fans should definitely look out for this indoor season.
3 athletes that we should look out for would be Tyler Capizzoli, sophomore, Kallenberg, an 800 runner, who I believe is ready for a breakout year. On the sprint side, we should look at Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson, I believe, is the best athlete in the conference. He's going to score the most points out of anybody in the conference, and he's a huge help to us. And also Lanier Mason, I'm expecting a huge breakout season for him in the jumps. Right now in practice, he's jumping farther than he's ever done before, and he's still only a junior. He's getting stronger and bigger.
All right, thank you for that. And Keely, what about you?
I would think that our senior, Caitlin Breen, who's our captain this year, she had an amazing cross-country season, so if she keeps up that potential and that work ethic, her event is the mile, and I feel like she could break some records and place in the ACCs as well. Another one would be our Stephanie Meyer, and she gained us over 40 points last year in the conference champ. So she is another one to watch out for in all of her events, mainly the long jump and hurdles. So she's one to watch. Another one, Katie Gallagher. She is a high jumper, and she battled some injuries last year, but I think this year if she comes fully ready, she could even possibly reach nationals, which would be great. And then, one more, I guess, that might surprise us, actually, after watching her do practices for the past couple weeks in our preseason, is maybe Sloan Russ. She's an 800 runner, a sophomore, and she comes with the right motivation, enthusiasm. She really could go far and break record for the 800 for sure.
Okay. And what about the freshmen on the team? Any newcomers that that you guys see making an immediate impact, especially since the fans wouldn't have known them from last year?
A very good class coming in on the men's side. We were lucky enough to get stronger on the sprint. Derek Ingram was a national runner in high school. We're very lucky to have him as a transfer from Monroe College. In the 800, we have Jacob Lascano, who I expect is going to be right with Tyler, and we're going to have a nice 1-2 punch for many years to come. And also Shane Martinson in the 3,000 and 5,000 is taking the place of now Coach DiBenedetto. So we're filling in perfectly.
Passing the torch.
Exactly, passing the torch from Nick to Shane.
Great.
Here we are fortunate enough to have a big freshman class. We have 7 freshmen joining us, and the ones that stand out I could talk about would probably be the 4 that came from MacArthur High School. One was Kelly McKay, Heather Van Patten. They are going to help us tremendously on the sprint side. The other 2 are both Nicole Matlin and Nicole Hine, who are pole vaulters, an event that we've never had women do in Molloy before.
Really?
So, so they would help us.
That's
One,
great.
Natlin especially has reached the height that will, if she potentially goes the same height, will win the championships and potentially go to nationals as well.
Wow.
Reach provisionals for nationals. And the other one that I have to mention is Brittany Suppy. She's a Suffolk County champ for both shot put and discus. So she comes to us in another event that women have never had the potential of getting points for. So we're excited about those athletes.
All right, and can you guys briefly speak about the conference teams? You know, the other members of the East Coast Conference. We could start with on the women's side. You know, maybe speak about who you think can have success. Whether they did have success last year, they didn't have success last year. Who do you guys see as your toughest competition?
I think our toughest competition would probably be UDC. They won the indoor championships by a lot of points last year, so they would be our toughest. I think their biggest strength was throwing events, and we have a woman that is able to at least bump some down so that and attain some. So I think in that aspect that would be our strongest competition.
Okay, and the men's side?
On the men's side, we have 2 teams we have to look out for. Even though we won the indoor championship, outdoor we came in 3rd place. So where credit is due is with Queens and St. Thomas Aquinas. They have very good programs, their coaches are great, so it's going to be tough for us to repeat indoor, and also the next goal will be for us to win outdoors.
Right.
So I give a lot of respect to both those teams.
Okay, great. All right, well, thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, I know fans will
Thank
be
you.
looking forward to hearing about the upcoming season. So that's the indoor track and field preview for this 2013-14 season preview. Fans, the men's and women's indoor track and field teams kick off the 2013-14 season on Friday, December 6th, when the Lions compete at the St. John's University Invitational beginning at 6 p.m. That meet will be held at St. Anthony's High School in Melville, Long Island. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your day, and always, let's go Lions!